Hello, everybody. My name is Francesca Gomez, and I am a second grade teacher at a very rural school district in Ohio. And I wanted to take a moment to show you around my classroom and introduce you to some of the aspects of our physical environment and our social environment of my classroom. So, first, I wanted to start with the area right outside of my room. This is how it looks for open house night every year when I welcome my new class of second graders in. And this area is normally filled with their work that showcases things that we have been working on in the classroom. But this is what it looks like before the students have done any work at the beginning of the year. And here, as you can see, is a picture of their work up once we had completed some. I like to hang multiple things up there with their name included on them so that they can see their work in the hallway and they can showcase their work to their peers as well. I love this aspect of our room, and I love that the students get to see their work in the hall. As we move to the left of that area, here is my window shelving, and you can see on the right-hand wall is my name with my grade level for students to be able to recognize on the first few days of school. In my window showcase, I like to have lots of words of encouragement as the students come in the morning. So as you can see at the top, it says Home Sweet Classroom. I also have one that says the future of the world is in my classroom today. And it's very welcoming, very friendly posters that get the students' minds ready to go for the day. And as you can see, right as you walk through the door, the first thing they see as they walk in above my TV is the word welcome, just welcoming my students in and giving them words of encouragement before they even start the day. So as you walk in the door, immediately on your right-hand side are our classroom mailboxes, and these are all numbered as you can see. So each of my students has a given number, and any graded work, anything that they've completed that day, or any communication that needs to go home to their parents, all things of that nature go into their mailboxes. And at the end of the day, it is part of their cleanup routine to empty out and check their mailbox and put those things in their take-home folder to go home. Above the mailboxes, you can also see that I have put up blinds because if not, the students would be able to see directly out into the hallway. And this was a major distraction for my students at the beginning of the year. So because of that, I have put up blinds so that they can be closed when the students need to focus. As we move to the left side of the door, you walk in and there are cabinets. And as you can see, I use my cabinets to put all different kinds of phonics and reading posters for the students to use whenever they may need. And I will show you a close-up of each of those posters. So the first set of posters on the top shelving go with our really great reading phonics curriculum. And as you can see, they are phonics posters showing the students short vowels, long vowels, R-controlled vowels, and all the different phonics patterns that we'll use throughout the year. And they refer to these posters quite often for their work. So as we continue to move over, on the first long cabinet is all of the different syllable types. This is something that we hit very hard in second grade, so the students use these posters daily. Then we have our sentence types and some comprehension skills as well. And again, the students use these posters often, and they are constantly looking at those posters to remember which ending to use at the end of their sentence, or to refer to the comprehension posters to see what a question may be asking them and what to do with that information. So here is a clip showing you the flow of the back side of my room that I just described to you. Then as we round that corner, we have the bulletin board that has all of our classroom rules. At the beginning of the year, we go over these, but we also come up with classroom rules together as well. Right above that is all of the colors spelled out. The students use these often when they're writing, especially when they're writing sentences. And then right next to that, as you can see, is our Chromebook cart. This is again based off of their numbers, and I have their passcodes magnetically attached to the front of the Chromebook cart. That way, if they ever get logged out of anything, they can just grab their number and it has every passcode that they could need for their Chromebook. Right below our classroom rules is our small group table. We also use this table for small group interventions. The intervention specialist often pulls IEP students in the back of the room to support them during whole group instruction at this table. And we use it mostly to pull students for a variety of reasons. But this is our small group table that we use. As we keep moving along the side wall, this is what the next blackboard looks like. Above the blackboard, as you can see, we have all of our shapes listed out, and they have the proper spelling as well that the students refer to when they are writing. And then right above that, we also have a traditional clock. This definitely helps the students as they continue to learn time, and it helps them to stay on track for the day as well. The first portion of the Blackboard has this week's skills. Usually these are posted on the Blackboard. However, it was the last week of school when I recorded this, so there's nothing currently posted there. But as you can see, I have listed our writing skill for the week, our grammar skill, our spelling skill, and so on. And that is what this portion of the Blackboard is used for. Then as we move to the next portion of the board, I use the top of that for our current phonics skill, which that week it was prefixes. Then towards the bottom, you can see I leave some things listed there that the students commonly make errors with. And then on the bottom right-hand side is our point system for our behavior charts that we use every day. The last few things along that wall include our last bulletin board, which is the birthday bulletin board with everybody's birthday month and date and their name listed. Also above that, as you can see, are the 3D shapes spelled out as well. And then to the right of that is a pocket chart that usually has our vocabulary terms listed for the week with a picture as well. And here is a clip showing a flow of that side of the room as you round the corner. So as we continue to round that corner, we're now on the front edge of the room. This is our classroom area rug. I just purchased a larger one for next year because this one was a little small for our class. And then as you can see, we also have those carpet area squares that the students can use as flexible seating during silent reading time. I also have the gray chair as a flexible seating option. And then as you continue to round the corner more, we have what I like to call our reading throne. The students can use some of their points from our reward system to buy sitting in the reading throne during silent reading time for the week. The students absolutely love this. So these are some of our flexible seating options that you see. So as we continue on, right next to that is our little classroom library area. I often rotate these books out, and I have multiple bins for each of the levels that are rotated out throughout the year to give the students some more options. And as you can see, I do use the alphabet guided reading level system. I don't particularly give the students just one letter level. I give them rather a range of letter levels in order just to gauge an area that they can read independently and have success while doing that. And then also right to the left of that, you can see I have put up blinds. These windows are right along the front edge of our classroom, and the students are facing these all day long. So we ran into a major problem last year with the students kind of just daydreaming and staring out the windows. So I did put up those blinds about halfway through the year. So this is our first window set and our little classroom library that we like to rotate out throughout the year. And then looking right above our classroom library, I also have a 1 to 100 number chart. The students have this at their seat as well, but it's just a good visual for them to be able to refer to. As we continue along that wall, we have the TV that we use to display most of what we do, and it is also connected to my computer, as you can see, and on my little work stand, I have an Elmo as well to project anything that I may be doing up on the front. And then you'll also see a little glass jar right in front of my computer on my desk and some balls that go with it. This is part of our behavior management system, and the students try to earn balls for good behavior throughout the day. If they end the day with balls, they will get points towards earning their class goal that they're working towards. And once they meet their class goal, they earn a class reward. As we continue to the right, these are all of our phonics posters that we use throughout the year to help the students. And each one of them has a visual on it, as you can see. So like our OO sound for ooh has an oozing slime. Okay, so these are some of the visuals and the hand motions that we use to remember these sounds. These are left up all year for the students to refer to, and I think it really helps them with their spelling when we're writing to be able to visually see the options that they have to use within their spelling. And then as you can see to the right of that is the other window that I have also put a blind up on for the students to not get distracted by. So here is kind of the flow of the front side of that room. Please ignore the mess. This was in the last days of school, so I was packaging up some of my stuff. But as you can see, here is kind of the flow of that front side of the room. Now we are going to turn the corner. This is the last side of my room, and this is as you walk in the door to the right-hand side. As you can see, most of this board is taken up by our word wall. These are our sight words that we use throughout the year. We keep them up there just so the students can refer to them in their writing and in their everyday spelling. And then right above that, you can see we have our ABCs listed out for the students, and we also have the numbers 1 through 10. And along the top and the bottom, we have a full number line all the way to, I believe, 150 is where it stops. And up even above that, we have some dim lighting hanging. I like to turn off the lights and turn on these little bulbs instead during silent reading time to give the students a very relaxing, calm feeling. So right below our word wall is the students' area for their book bins. The students usually kept 2 to 3 books in their book bins. They also usually kept their headphones and their mouse in there as well. However, next year I will definitely be switching out these book bins for baskets instead because they were constantly a mess and falling over. So I will definitely be using a basket next year for each of the students that has a full-size base to it that will not fall over and that will properly hold all of the students' stuff without them having to stack things next to it. So I do plan on switching these out next year. As we continue down that side of the blackboard, as you can see, I have a packers and buyers name tag section for the students to do as they walk in the morning. This allows me to clearly see who is absent, who's packing, and who is buying, and put that through in our computer system. Right above that, you can see our class goal, as I was referring to, with the balls in the glass jar. So at the moment, their class goal was to participate and remain engaged. They were actually one day away from meeting their goal, and they did end up meeting it. And we had a celebration on the last day of school. And then to the left, you can see I also like to keep a breakfast and lunch menu listed for the students so that they know exactly what they will be having and they can check it out as well. And then our very last bulletin board, as you can see, has some more words of encouragement. Along the left-hand side, we have our days of the week, we have our weather and our seasons. And then in the middle, we have our calendar, which I had clearly forgotten to change to May. And down in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see a blue clipboard. This is what we take out during fire drills, and it has a green and a red side to show, yes, I have all of my students, or no, I do not. So that is right by the door, easy to access and take. And then along the top, it says, good morning, welcome in. This is the first bulletin board that the students see immediately as they walk in the door. So I like to have that good morning posted up there for them. And here is a clip showing the flow of that entire side of the room. The last thing I want to show you is a video of how I have my students' desks set up. Typically at the beginning of the year, I keep them all separated just until I get to know their personalities. But as you can see, I have clearly learned by the end of the year which students can sit together, which students can't, and which students should be totally separated by themselves. All of these options are okay. It's just important to know your students and know which ones can handle sitting next to others and which need to be separated in order to succeed and be able to stay on task. So this was the current arrangement of my room, and I do like this arrangement, having some students facing the front and some students facing the side, and then others that are able to be off by themselves. This is typically how we end the year with our seating arrangement in my classroom. You may also notice that some of their desks are turned backwards. I do this for my students that have a hard time staying out of their desk to help them stay on task. So that is the flow of my classroom. I hope that you were able to gain some ideas and things to incorporate in your physical environment that may help your social environment as well. I'm excited to watch all of yours and gain some ideas of things that I can incorporate in my own classroom as well. Thank you guys for watching.